Okay. Show me.
Hi there! Welcome back to the DutchRC channel for another product presentation. And from the package you can see that this is a 3-axis gimbal, and the brand is a little small on the box, but it's a Feiyu tech again. Now, a few weeks back you saw me do a comprehensive review of this here gimbal, which is also a Feiyu Tech 3-axis gimbal, brushless of course, and meant for a GoPro camera. Now you might wonder, why am I going to be reviewing this here gimbal? Well, this is basically the same, but it is the Pro version of the Mini3D gimbal. And in this video I'll show you the difference between these two gimbals, the non-Pro and the Pro version. The Pro is considerably newer, by the way. It was released a few weeks ago. The non-Pro version here, I've heard some people mention an error or a bug in the yaw stabilization. I have to admit, personally, I have not run into that problem. So for me, that wasn't a reason to go for the Pro version. However, the Pro version has a few other features that the non-Pro doesn't have, that I was very interested in. So, well, obviously I got myself this Pro version of the gimbal. And let's tear into this box and see what's in it. It's a pretty small box actually, but it is well packaged. It arrived in very good shape over here, which is nice of course. The first thing you will see in the box is a manual. It is not a big manual, but it'll show you how the gimbal can be mounted. I should probably tell you that it can be mounted facing downwards, facing forwards and facing upwards, so upside down. You've got a few diagrams of how to hook up things. And obviously how to control it, what the stabilization modes are. And this looks mostly the same as the non-Pro version, and this was adequate for me. So that's all good. You get a warranty card, which is nice. And then we have a little box. Let's see what's in this box. This is to strap down your camera to the gimbal. Wire harness. This will obviously attach to the gimbal, and it will provide power to the gimbal by means of this JST plug. And you've got 4 servo leads with it. And with those 4 leads you can set the stabilization mode, and you can control actually the gimbal over 3 axes if you would want to control it yourself and not have it stabilize on, for instance, the yaw axis or the bank axis. Okay, here's the mounting plate. You've got mounting brackets to mount the gimbal on carbon fiber bars that your quadcopter might have. You've got the silicone or rubber balls to smooth out vibrations. It comes with 8 of these silicone balls, and 6 are needed, so you get 2 spares, which is nice of course. The next thing in the box is the gimbal itself. And like the non-pro version, this looks very well made, in my humble opinion. It is all metal. Everything you see here, all the black and gold parts are metal, just as on the non-pro version. However, there's a little difference. Here's the non-pro version. On the non-pro, this mounting plate over here at the top is fiberglass, and on this one it is also metal. So that's a bit of an upgrade to the non-pro version, I guess. And yeah, here you can see the mounting bracket on which you will mount your camera, and then you will strap down the camera with these two screws and the bar. Okay, let's finish the unpacking job here. There's one more box of parts. Let's see what's in it. Ah yes, just as in the non-pro version, you get an USB dongle which is needed to upgrade the firmware. There is no program or application to configure your gimbal. All the setting or mode control you do on the gimbal is done by that one channel of the wire harness. You get a USB cable for a GoPro camera to attach it to the gimbal. I'm not sure, I think that would power your camera that way. So you, if you want to do extended flights and your, for instance, GoPros are known for a short battery life, you can solve that by hooking up your camera to the gimbal itself and power it that way. And you get an USB cable to hook it up to your computer again to upgrade the firmware when needed. Okay, that's everything that came with the gimbal. Now let me try to show you a few differences between these two gimbals, the non-pro and the new pro version. You might have noticed that the base plate of the pro version you see here on the right, it's exactly the same width, but yeah, it's slightly narrower in this orientation. Pretty obvious, I think. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe this way it's more convenient to mount it on smaller aircraft. I didn't have a problem with this bigger base plate, but it should be all good with this new smaller base plate. And on the new Pro version over here you see the connectors. There's one USB connector over here, and here's where you hook up your wire harness. That looked a little less tidy, as you can see, on the non-pro version. And I've seen people break off this USB port on the non-pro version. So yeah, I guess that's quite an improvement on the pro version. It's better engineered, I think. Now another difference here, let me try to orientate them exactly the same. Bit hard, but you can you? Let me zoom in a little, just a second. Okay, there's a better view of the two gimbals. Again, you can clearly see that this controller encapsulation is far better engineered and better enclosed on the Pro version. But it should also be very clear that on the Pro version, this one, the yaw motor, this one, is far bigger than on the non-Pro version. So that should make it more powerful probably they did that to counter that yaw problem that the non-pro version is said to have. So that's good. The other motors look similar in size. Yeah, I can't see much of a difference in those. Yeah, these divider rings, the gold rings on the non-pro version are a little wider than on the pro version. Yeah. Okay, and here is one really big difference. This non-pro version is cannot yaw 360 degrees. Here is a stop, and there's the other stop. So you can't, for instance, set up the gimbal so it will also always shoot in the same direction, no matter what the heading of the quadcopter is. On the Pro version, however, this is a 360 degree. See, I can rotate it endlessly. So that's obviously definitely one thing I will also test. I don't see a practical application for my quadcopter because when my camera would be looking back, it would be looking at the quadcopter. But if you would have a quadcopter with foldable legs, I can definitely see a benefit of this new feature. Now, that's basically my presentation of this new Pro version of the gimbal by Feiyu. I'm still waiting on a new camera to test the gimbal. So I will put the real tests in separate videos. I will do a handheld test with the handheld jig, just as I did with this gimbal. I will obviously also do a aerial test, but now I'm dividing the presentation and tests of the gimbal into separate videos. I also have the chance of asking you, what would you like me to test with this new gimbal? If you have specific questions or things you'd like me to test with the new gimbal, let me know in the comment section below and I will make sure to test those as well. For now, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions about the gimbals, please let me know in the comment section below. If you are not subscribed yet, obviously please do, helps me out. And hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye.